All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday evening. And here we go with another one of these. Tonight we're gonna be painting some wacha, wacha, wah. You can't really tell what that is, but you can see by my hands that I just finished priming whatever this is. We're painting some Marvel United tonight, and that, my friends, is a little Danny Rand. Danny Rand. Yes, Danny Rand from Iron Fist, Power Man, and Iron Fist. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hop into a little bit of the live stream area here. But I hope you guys are having a good Sunday evening. I'm just gonna turn that on for fun, and we're gonna do our painting. All right, so I don't know how much we're gonna get done tonight. It's been a long Sunday, but a very good Sunday. We had our Extra Life event locally here at Comic Quest. Very fun, very successful event. I was impressed as always with the community's ability to turn up and do some good stuff for the children's. Okay, the children's. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started on a little Iron Feasto. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to base coat the skin. Okay, and let's work on two miniatures tonight, and they're both going to be white dudes who kung fu. All right, so and then we're going to do we're going to do we're going to do Daredevil as well as Iron Fist. All right, so anyways, that's the plan for the evening. Hope you guys pull up something to paint, something to drink, something to eat, and we're just going to get into it. You guys can ask me whatever you feel like asking me. Had a Henchman Hardcore tournament today, which was super fun. I got to play Explorers, so I was playing the Syndicate keyword using Corvus Rook as my leader. So a little Corvus Rook, a little Ava Haven Hand, playing some Henchman Hardcore, and just enjoying, shorter format Malifaux for now. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a little base coat down of this skin. This is like a red beige from AK Interactive Gen 3. The Gen 3 paint, which is I proclaimed today at the shop that I thought the AK Gen 3 is the best line of miniature paints out right now. And that's my honest opinion, having purchased and used a bunch of this line now, that I can honestly say I prefer it to Vallejo, I prefer it to Pro Acryl, prefer it to Reaper, prefer it to all of the other lines of paint that I use, P3, obviously Games Workshop or Citadel. This is it for me, guys. This is Fio da Fist. What's up, Nelson? Yeah, AK Interactive Gen 3, best paint in the marketplace right now. Way better than Scale 75. Like, bros are going to bring up Scale 75. No. Scale 75 does not come close to AK. Okay? Scale 75 cannot tie AK Interactive's shoes right now. That's how dope AK Interactive is. Okay? I know I talk a big game, I make big proclamations, but we are painting a Danny Rand. What if Danny Rand was like the most? I mean, I love that he's like so into his, kung fu and all this. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Hey, man, how's it going? Thank you for donating today, sir. Hope you had a good Sunday. Very fun Sunday here for us locally. Got to play some Malifaux Henchman Hardcore and some other folks playing some MCP. Have you played that at all, Jacob? Have you been playing any MCP? I know a lot of the Guild Ball and War Machine kind of holdouts have moved over to MCP, myself included. Been playing a lot of it myself lately as well. I don't consider it nearly the competitive game that Guild Ball is. To me, MCP is more of a casual game. But I know a lot of people that play it like they want to play it like super competitively, and that's fine. For me, I would see it more. I would look at it more favorably as a competitive game if it. Uh, Sadly, oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's part of the reason why. Yeah, I mean, work this past year for me has been incredibly busy. Incredibly busy. It's been good for business, although we're still facing all the raw material shortages that pretty much all private industry manufacturing businesses are suffering right now. But still, that said, business has been very good, and it's been keeping me extremely busy. So, been playing mostly Syndicate. Okay, cool. I'm a bit of a Syndicate player myself, they say. Syndicate can be super, super fun. I've been playing mostly, for me though, it's mostly Web Warriors and Spider Foes. That's kind of my jam. But yeah, good to see that you're out and still getting games in when you can. But yeah, today we played Henchman Hardcore, so fun Malifaux event. And we took a lot of donations, and we raffled off a lot of cool things. So pretty happy overall with how the day went. Dim United Marvels. What's up, Mr. Crease? Yeah, it's whatcha. Spider Foes is fun. Oh yeah, New Green Goblin is awesome. I've been playing him a bit more recently, and then I just picked up Moon Knight, so I want to play some more Web Warriors. Hopefully tomorrow I'll put them on the board. Get a little Web Warriors action going. Hey Nelson, what color do you want Daredevil to be? Are we going all red Daredevil? Are we going red and yellow Daredevil? Are we going red and black Daredevil? Uh, what Daredevil are you looking for? All right. Give that a minute to dry. Let's do Gray sweatpants. It's up to me? Are you sure? You know I like yellow Daredevil, right? I wouldn't leave it up to me. The TV show? Okay, let me look up some stock images of Daredevil, and we can figure this out. Okay. But yeah, good day. Good day overall for gaming. Hope everybody who showed up today had a good time. And again, I can't thank you enough for donating to the Extra Life Worthy cause. The worthiest of causes. It actually is a very, very worthy cause. And yeah, I'm super grateful. Okay, so let's do some things that we know, right? We know Danny Rand has... Oh man, the sculpt just gives up right there. That's so unfortunate. Why does the sculpt just give up right there? Right, so you gotta just kind of wing it. I have to like freehand this part because the sculpt gave up. How could you do that, sculpt? There we go. None of the polka dot stuff unless it's polka dot man. Just saying, you know. Yeah, I do love my classic yellow Daredevil. So fun. That was pretty funny to me. All the people that kind of came in, popped in, threw tickets down. We're hoping to win that 40K stuff, and Chris ends up winning the 40K stuff. That's super funny to me. All right. There we go. So we're going to get the black in right there. Had to stay healthy and fight crime when you're wearing it. I don't know. Like I said, I think to me, I like his yellow outfit because it is funny. It's like I like to imagine like someone lied to him and told him that they made him an all black outfit. Right? Like one of his enemies got a hold of a sewing machine and like, oh sure, we'll take care of that for you, Mr. Murdoch. All right. So right now, the emphasis is going to be on Mr. Rand here and his tattoo. Whatcha! All right. I'm gonna iron fist on you, bro. I loved Iron Fist as a kid. One of my favorite. Just loved his character design. I loved Power Man and Iron Fist. So yeah, needless to say, I was a big fan. I don't know. When they did the Iron Fist, the Netflix series, of course I had to watch it. And it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world by a long shot, but it was okay. Um, I have no interest in ever going back and watching it again. But, for what it's worth, for, you know, making me go out and watch it, it was all right. Just brighten up the eyes here. And then I'll clean those up, and then we'll give Danny Rand some good teeth there. Caw! There you go. Now he's angry. Caw! Okay. So looking pretty good. All right. So let's go. Let's work on his buff-tastic muscular bodies. So we mix a little basic skin tone in with that beige red. And kind of make a mid-tone color here. But yeah, it's one of the reasons why I really like this this AK Interactive, is because like the tones are really good when you really start kind of mixing them, working together with them. The tones are really good. Everything covers real nice. And with the skin specifically, I like that it does not cake the way a lot of other, miniature paint skin will tend to cake. Um, you know, Vallejo Model Color does that. Um, their game color line can do that. Even the Citadel skins will can also cake. So I like to. So I'm always shopping for good skin tones. Honestly, some of my favorite skin tones are Reaper. I think Reaper makes some very good skin tones. Their skin triads are very good. Um, but yeah, I still think right now this AK stuff is where it's at. Right? Just covers real well, lays down smooth. You don't really need to ink it. Right? Some lines, the paint cake goes down so dry. Hey, what's up, Jason? Um, that you do end up like putting a wash on it or putting ink on it because it just looks real chalky. But the AK stuff is dope, right? You can see it flows well, covers well. I am a fan. This is Danny Rand. I'm the Iron Fist. So like in the mid 80s, all teenage boys wanted to be kung fu karate superstars, right? And they didn't know the difference between karate and kung fu. They figured if they went and took karate lessons, this is a very common saying. You would say, you take in the 80s, you thought you took karate lessons to be like Bruce Lee, right? And no one was really around to correct you. Like, he practices kung fu, and uh, to Connecticut in the 80s, they didn't know what the hell you were talking about. Bro, he kicks. All kicks are karate. So they just thought all kicks were karate. And so they didn't know what kung fu was. Listen, I don't know what this kung is. It's karate, bro. You go to you go to the YMCA to learn karate, okay? So you could be like Bruce Lee. And you're like, that's not. That's never mind. And you're trying to explain to people the difference. But yeah, that's what they wanted. And one thing that was interesting about that time is, I should point out to you youngins here, is that back, when I was a kid and they were arguing about um, any arguments came up about Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris. Obviously, they kind of had their fight on Revenge of the Dragon, which was super cool. But it Chuck Norris, no one wanted to be Chuck Norris as a kid within the within the martial arts realm. Okay, when you're talking about Chuck Norris Delta Force, Chuck, Chuck Norris Walker Texas Ranger, yes, people wanted to be Chuck Norris. But if you're just talking about it within the context of, would you rather be more like Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris? When I was a kid, it was not much of an argument, right? Most people wanted to be Bruce Lee, and Chuck Norris just wasn't looked at as popular. It was like, oh, well, Chuck Norris is the guy that's still alive and he makes these cool action movies, and we like that, right? But it's still not the same thing, right? Given the choice, everyone wanted to be Bruce Lee. And that didn't change much really until the advent of the internet, right? The internet was what propelled Chuck Norris into the Chuck Norris that we all know and love today. So, so Danny Rand wanted to be more like the Bruce Lee type, right? And it was right, and it was kind of like, young white dude fantasy fulfillment if you really want to get like upset about something, which you shouldn't. But that was really normal in the 80s. It was like, okay, I'm gonna take. But it's like I said, it still kind of came from a place of ignorance, because it was like, I'm gonna take karate lessons to be like Bruce Lee, right? That would almost be like if you made a movie called Karate Kid and then did a story about a kid who went to China to study kung fu. You know what I'm saying? No, wait, they did what? Yeah, Jaden Smith. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, never mind. Never mind. People are that dumb. Okay, fine. Yeah, Texas Ranger, right? When you get into, like I said, when you get into Chuck Norris as as Walker Texas Ranger, or Chuck Norris, like I said, as the commander of Delta Force, um, then then Chuck Norris is right within the pre-internet crowd. Chuck Norris kind of comes into his own at that point, right? But yeah, that's just pointing that out, that Chuck Norris was not, within the Kung Fu land, he was always the kind of consolation prize for for us losing Bruce Lee. Um, But you remember all the faker Bruce Lees, like they capitalized on his death. Bruce Lie. Bruce Lee, L-E, Bruce Lie, L-I, Bruce Lie, L-Y, Bruce Lie, L-A-I. They had all of the different Bruce's, and then they had that comedy movie, They Call Me Bruce, which I loved as a kid. Um, but yeah, so so right around the time these two characters were popular in the comics, that's what it was. It was like, white dude practicing kung fu, white dude with nunchucks, and it was pretty dope, right? Because up until then, like, and I was an Asian kid growing up, and surprising, I know, surprise, yes, I was, and now, like as a kid, there was like nothing cool about you until until the subject of martial arts came up, because they just assumed that any kid, um, any Asian kid was obviously a master in some level of martial arts. All right, let's look at some Iron Fist pictures from Marvel United. Oh, he has a green. They don't have him shirtless? That's dumb. He's Iron Fist. So Marvel United has him wearing a green shirt. That's terrible. No. No. He needs. Yeah, no. This is uh, this is how we're doing Iron Fist. I don't know. Nelson, I hope you're okay with that. All right. I hope you're okay with some with little bit of skin. That's always been how I roll. It's like, oh, okay. No skin to be had. Let's paint the skin. Right? sometimes sometimes it backfires, because I'll paint a Robin miniature with dolphin shorts on. He's supposed to have tights. Sorry, I'm equal opportunity, man. If we're gonna have the ladies run around, because I do that, because I'll paint the ladies, with instead of leggings, they'll just have their legs, right? Similarly with Robin. Okay, got to keep it fair, folks. I love my dolphin shorts, Robin, from the BMG days. Oh, Jiminy Willikers, Batman! And then he would get hypnotized by Dr. Tetch, and Batman would get hypnotized by Dr. Tetch, and then punch out Robin to unconsciousness. Still one of the funniest moments in all of BMG was when we literally did the no meme, and Batman KO'd Robin. Oh, crikey's Batman. Bam! All right. I do, yeah, I do love my dolphin shorts. No, no, no. Go to bed. Nope. Go to bed. Looks like you're jumping into bed with zombies then. Good night, son. Does that mean? Is my mean for telling my kid he has to go to bed with zombies? It's a little mean, right? All right. Let's okay. So, Mr. Kunlun here. Let's see. Oh, this is also. So these will also be that. So these little wraps here So leg warmers and his wristbands will be this kind of bone color. All right, and then it's time to start painting some yellow. I guess we're just gonna mainly gotta learn to beat the zombies of your mind. You know what's messed up too is so when I was a kid, when I was 10 years old, 10 years old, and I had three older brothers, and this is when VHS cassette was a big deal. And if you had a VCR, you had a VCR in your house, and my brothers, we had the VCR in a bedroom that I shared with one of my brothers growing up, and one summer they grabbed they grabbed a VHS copy of the 1981 Dawn of the Dead, the George Romero movie, and we watched it basically on loop. Like we wore that tape to death just watching Dawn of the Dead. We had that movie basically committed to memory. And we watched it for an entire, more than a summer, like I would say almost a 5-month period. Was if you were to walk into our room, there would always be Dawn of the Dead playing, like basically on loop, right? So we had Dawn of the Dead playing for 5 months straight, and I was 10 years old at the time, and so shortly after that summer was over, I started having nightmares, as you do. I started having zombie nightmares, and I had zombie nightmares pretty much from then until I was like 30 years old. I'm not even kidding. I would still, have these like nightmares about zombies. And my three brothers, they all had nightmares about zombies from that summer on, right? And it got to the point where every time we got together, family gatherings and whatnot, we would ask each other, "Hey, man, still having zombie dreams?" Yup. And but I mean, there were nightmares, right? Because you're trapped in a world full of zombies. But there was always like, I don't know, there was always something a little different to them. And because of the fact that I always had zombie dreams, zombie nightmares, what it allowed me to do was it actually helped me start lucid dreaming. Right? I started to lucid dream because it happens so often that I would just go, "Oh, yeah, this is a dream. There's the zombies again," right? And in lucid dreaming, you just start doing stuff that because it's a dream, you know that you're capable of doing whatever you like. So you can fly around, you get superpowers, you can do all that stuff. And I started getting really good at lucid dreaming, um, which was really cool. So I got to the point in lucid dreaming where I could almost turn any dream into a lucid dream. And I used to experiment with lucid dreaming. So I knew if it was lucid dreaming, what I would do is I would purposely kill myself in the dreams. And it sounds kind of messed up, but I would purposely kill myself, and like I would jump off buildings, and I would make sure that the dream stayed on until I hit the asphalt, until I hit the ground physically. And in the dream you can feel your body hit the ground, and like smash into this mangled mess. But I wouldn't die. Like I would feel my body go cold, but I would still be alive. I'd still be very conscious. And I go, yeah, it's a lucid dream. And um, and it just never, it was cool, but it was like dispelling that myth that if you died, in your dream, that you would not wake up. Um, so yeah, I got pretty good at lucid dreaming after a fashion. See, this yellow is not covering that well. You give yourself heart attack, I guess, but I mean, the weird thing is, I was so aware of of the fact that it was a dream that it just never none of that scared me. Right? I treated it like I was just playing a video game. Like, okay, and you get to do cool stuff. The sensation of flying is really neat. So if you ever do end up lucid dreaming, make sure you fly because it's super fun, and you can go anywhere. So please do that. But yeah, let me know if you want those near heart attack experience, play a scary game in a pitch. Well, no, here's the thing. I'm not looking to scare myself. I just wanted, like, I was curious. I'm like, okay, it's a lucid dream, right? This is a dream. There are no consequences. Let's jump off the building. Right? I was almost treating it like, uh, like Groundhog Day, right? Everybody loves that movie. Great movie. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna paint his pants, and I don't know if this is the right green. That looks a little too aqua. The green he has is a pretty bright green, honestly. So we're gonna start with dark green and kind of work our way up. But I'm liking his vibe so far, right? Danny Rand is pretty cool. It's me, Danny Rand. Huzzah! Yeah, I kind of lost touch with it. I'm not nearly as good at lucid dreaming as I used to be. Like, I used to be, yeah, and I think what happened was I got really good at lucid dreaming, and then I didn't sleep much. You done the flying thing? Yeah. Right? Like I said, most of my lucid dreams happen in the middle of zombie dreams. So you could stop time. You could like make yourself like just have weapons randomly appear in your hands. You can run faster and get like out of the danger entirely if you want. So there's all kinds of cool stuff like that you can do. And see this like, see, game color is just sad. It just doesn't cover as well. You haven't done the stop time thing? You learn how to lucid dream playing Malifaux. I know it's hard, dude. Malifaux is a very difficult game to play fast. You have you have to front load all those cards in your mind. I really think that that's the only way to get fast at Malifaux is to literally remember all your cards, kind of have every ability memorized, and then you can go fast. You still have to go back and refer to them because you may have the gist of it memorized and have to go back, right, and work out details and that kind of thing. But I feel like that's the starting point. Like you can't even begin to play that game fast until you've memorized all of the cards of whatever keyword you're playing. which kind of sucks. Used to dream a lot during sleep, but you don't anymore. Maybe 3 times. Yeah, I I'm pretty sure I still dream, but it's well, I'm pretty sure I still dream every night, but I don't recall all of them. Sometimes my dreams are just really stressful. Like when you lose your cell phone in your dream and you're trying to find another phone to call it, right? That's stressful. I'll need to learn how to lucid dream my way out of those dreams because those dreams are just frustrating. They're so bad. Sometimes you wake up like you lost your cell phone in your dream, and you wake up and you still dread having to trying to having to to look for your phone. That's happened to me more than a couple of times where I've dreamt this like really stressful dream that I couldn't find my cell phone. And every time I tried to look for my cell phone, somebody would interrupt with their life, right? Oh, you have to help me do this first, right? And then you can't get in there and look for your cell phone. It's really bad. Yeah. I think lucid dreaming just has me sleeping less, which kind of sucks. All right, let's do side quest. Like you wasted your whole, and usually you have, I don't know if you guys have this, but usually you have this feeling like something amazing is going to happen any second from now as soon as you find your cell phone and leave your house, right? Like you're going to leave your house, maybe you're on your way to, accepting the Nobel Prize or a large sum of money or to meet the woman of your dreams, right? It's usually like that in your dream. Like something amazing is about to happen if only you could just find your cell phone. And you never find your cell phone. And it's so upsetting. And then you wake up upset that you did not you wake up upset with yourself that you did not find your cell phone. In some dreams, like, and I know you guys probably had these too, where you've dreamt about work and you do all this work, you get all this important stuff done in your dream, but when you wake up, you still have to do all that stuff. Well, that yellow is not drying. Yeah, and it's just wet paint right there. I can like scrape it out. That's super bad. Oh my gosh. Why is it like bright yellow? very bad. Yeah, yellow does not want to dry properly. It's like really kind of leaking all over poor Danny Rand's back here. Yeah, well, life work stress. I'm just gonna quickly fix that yellow that's leaking. Right? So let that dry for a second. We do need another coat of yellow. Wait, did I do moon yellow? Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, I did moon yellow. I was supposed to do sun yellow first, but I'll just do another layer of moon yellow. Oh no, I did do sun yellow. Okay, well. This should fix a lot of the leaky yellow issue. Right. And these game color yellows, they're okay. They're okay, like they do the job, but like I said, AK Interactive kind of destroys most of the paints right now. For me, my opinion. But yeah. Take it for what you will. It's my opinion. I mean, it does come with a fair bit of experience with all those paint lines. Okay. Start to blend that out. Right. Okay. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. I just can't get paint to dry right now, so might be a minute or so before. What do I need? Sick green? Let me try this Pro Acryl. I think it might be too. I feel like the sheen may be too high on the green. So I really want like a medium. What's the color I want? Sick green. Yeah, Pro Acryl are cool. They just don't, in my opinion, they don't dry flat enough. Right? And that's a good color for Rand Corporation. Danny Rand, that's me. Iron Fist. I do love Iron Fist though. He is pretty great. He's a great character. A lot of fun. Super fun in MCP. Right? Staple of the Defenders, basically. him and Luke Cage. All right, let's get a little bit of shade on this dude. So yeah, we didn't get to work much on Daredevil tonight. That's okay. Maybe it's best that we do kind of knock these characters out one at a time. Yeah, this is Defenders. Makes sense. You're going to have to point out some of the characters to me because I can't exactly tell who they are just based on the sculpt, right? And while this guy's washes are drying, I'll break them out so you can help. Yeah, and just having the worst time trying to get stuff to dry on this model. All right. Yeah, let me, I said, well, he's almost done. So let's actually get him to a point where he's drying, or mostly drying, right? And then I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's just some characters that I am not sure who they are. There's 3, okay? So, okay. Let's let him dry for a minute. All right. And so here's the first one, right? To me, this could be Rogue, or it could just be a woman running with a jacket on. A woman in tights running with a jacket on. I think it's Rogue. What leads me to believe that she might not be Rogue is there's no X-Men symbol here on the shoulders. So I do not know who this is. So I'll give it a few seconds here while we figure that out. Camera's bright, can barely see. I know, sorry. Let's try this. Maybe. There we go. Does that help? Jessica Jones. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Good. Jessica Jones. Okay. So Jessica Jones. And then this character here. She's known for her skills with a bow staff. So there's her. I'll give that a minute. And then the third one is one that I should know. I don't know who this is. Right? It's got the chain like Ghost Rider. Kind of. Mockingbird. Okay, cool. All right. So Jessica Jones, Mockingbird, and then I don't know who the third one is. Well, let's give him a minute to dry. Let's look at some Daredevil. So the painted example has him in all red. Yeah, Ghost Rider, no bike. Okay, good. I got that. I got one right. Woo! Yeah, they have him in all red, which looks kind of cool. And let's look at the TV show. TV show kind of has him in red and black. But he doesn't have the one concern I would have with going red and black is he does not have a whole lot of breaks, right? Unlike the Netflix one where he's got a lot of natural breaks on his armor. I don't know. So here's what we're gonna do for now, since we're actually, I'm not gonna be painting much longer tonight. I actually have to get up and go to work, and I'm gonna try to jog in the morning, but I can't make any promises. Not been great at jogging in the morning. Is we're gonna start with an all red color scheme on Daredevil here. And then just kind of work our way. Oh, I'll work some black into this paint job, okay? So we start with wine red. And yeah, this is, again, AK Interactive. Just gives you such a nice base coat. So that you can, we can and this is, right, I used to use contrast paints to block red or to base coat or undercoat for red. And this AK red totally makes that obsolete. There really is no need to do that now that AK reds exist. AK Gen 3 reds, I should say. Right? It really just fixed what was sort of a coverage problem with red. And what I especially love about this is this red you can highlight up, right? And you won't be left at pink or orange. You can actually highlight this red to where you need it to be. I'm going to have to clean up on that side. Okay. Right, and if I have an issue with the red and the skin color, the AK beige red will cover well enough to cover over its own wine red in the same line, which is awesome. right? Just gives you the ability to really block some colors that don't often get together well when they're sitting next to each other on a painted model, right? Red and black, you really do need to focus in on a nice clean paint style. Oops. Speaking of which, I've just left a bunch of red on this guy's poor nunchuck here. I'll fix that. I really want to just block in the red for right now. So yeah. I don't know why it makes Chris mad to put these on an MCP table. That's hilarious, kind of. You know, I should actually be painting him and Electra at the same time. But that's okay. Right, because similar color palette. You see how cleanly that this AK covered? Covered really nice. A lot of reds, if you did this with, would leave all kinds of streaks, whoop, all over this model. With this thing just covered, right? Still not the cleanest job. I have to go back and do some cleanup on it, but pretty good. Pretty good. Let's let that dry for a minute. Oh, okay, so his eyes are kind of a brighter red. It's pretty easy. I can just do some scarlet. Provided I can find it. Where is my scarlet red? There it is. Like, this is a pretty cool classic Daredevil look. Right? And I can make those eyes look even, more orange, like, right? And then should play against Chris and try to throw off his game. He rolled so well against me every time, and even today's game. Wow. How'd you like that multiplayer scenario? Is it fun? Should we try it again? Yeah, that's fun. Iron Fist is fun. Let's do... I'm going to do a super bright orange on Daredevil's eyes to make it very easy to see them. And then we are going to call it here because we're not going to finish Daredevil. The red is still drying on him. Right? This will make it so you can clearly pick out his eyes. Right? Let me clean up some lines around here. Okay. This is about Dormammu. Should definitely be an event, although if a great roller like Chris can make it very challenging. I want to do, you know how at CQ there already is kind of that circuit going for standard tournaments, right? I don't really want to muck with that, but I do want to run casual events for MCP. So I think we should let the other guy run the regular standard tournaments, and I would like to host stuff like that. The Dormammu, right? We could host separation anxiety and almost kind of specialize a little bit more on the on casual play. I would like to do that and get more people playing MCP, more the casuals, and enjoying it in the casual space. Then I would actually like to do like casual style tournaments where there actually are requirements like, okay, you know, you can only take one unaffiliated person in your roster, right? Or you count as unaffiliated. Yeah, right? That's what I would like to do. And leave the tournament scene where it's at, because it's doing pretty well. But I think if we coordinate and say, okay, we're going to do more like casual outreach style events, then the people that start playing the game and they want to get into more competitive stuff, well, there already is like a there already is a tournament circuit going. I think that would be fun. Yeah, I think I should do that. And those scenarios kind of run themselves. Right? If we have, let's say we had, let's just take that Dormammu one for a minute, right? You could run that scenario, we'll say twice during the day, and in between, we would just have, regular pickup games happening and game demos and that kind of thing, right? And hopefully not too many power gamers show up just to get cheap wins, right? Oh no, just here to wreck your new guy. Right? Hopefully that is not the thing. but you do, you got to have. I know that in order for a game to survive, you need both crowds. You need to have a competitive crowd, right? Kind of pushing the meta, you know, understanding what's overpowered, what needs to be nerfed, what needs to be buffed based on their preferences. You need that for a game, and they're that steady stream of activity and collecting that you want, right? As a customer. Alternately, you always need new customers because all those veteran gamer guys, sometimes they quit. They move on to other games. They move out of town and they move to another town where all they can play is 40K. So you got to have that too. So you got to have a steady influx of new players, to take their spots. So, right. So just in with the understanding of, trying to create a healthier meta, that's what we should do. But anyway, I am gonna call the stream here. I know we did actually get a fair bit amount done on Daredevil, considering he's mainly this color. But we're gonna let this dry, shade it down, highlight it back up. The stuff that we typically do on a color. We're gonna call the stream here. Pack it up for the night. Iron Fist is basically done, but yeah, we've got still have quite a few of these pieces to get through. And then, Jose had better catch me in between or we will continue. You know how it goes. So, all right, guys, so that is going to do it for this video. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and thanks again for donating to the Extra Life campaign. If you have not done so, there is a link to my campaign in the description of this stream. Feel free to click on the link there and donate to a worthy cause. So with that, we're going to call this stream to a close. Want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.